who he is than I do, but this is a guy.
Some other words.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy who's had the microscope on him for a long time. You got people like Ted Cruz, Steve Bannon, Donald Trump, who are all on his side and say he shouldn't be impeached. You've got a lot of prominent Republicans who say if you do not impeach him right now, this is going to be bad for everybody's political career. What's your take on what's going on?
Ken Paxton is a corrupt thug. I need people to understand, this man was indicted in 2015 for securities fraud. He has been fighting this for 8 years. He was reelected. This man was indicted and was reelected by Republicans in Texas twice. Now you talk about this here. And this thing is even more egregious. The reason Republicans are so angry, he came to them to try to pay off a $3 million whistleblower deal. Then wouldn't tell them why he wanted to use taxpayer money to pay it off. Then we hear the details about him in an affair. His wife is a state senator voting on this. This man has been shameful and despicable, and Republicans have stood by him. And then finally they said, oh, enough is enough. You asked for the $3 million. We got to sit here and impeach you. And so I don't give them lots of credit for this if they go through with it, because they have tolerated his thuggish behavior for all of these years.
So let's be clear. It's not actually about his thuggish behavior. It's the idea that there was a settlement, and Ken Paxton is so brazen that he asked the public purse, the Treasury. He asked that the settlement be paid for by the government, and that was the bridge too far for some Republicans in Texas, not all the other things that he's done.
Right. And then here's the thing, Allie. He wouldn't tell them why. And it was like, okay, whatever, just pay it. And so he was so brazen. He was so arrogant with it. And it's no shock that Donald Trump and Ted Cruz and Steve Bannon are standing by him, because they are shameful and despicable as well. And this man, of course, this is the Texas Attorney General. He's been the one ruling on legal issues, ruling on voting rights and suppression, ruling on the issues dealing with in terms of dealing with migrants, dealing with all kind of different decisions. And so how he has run his office, these are people who work for him who came against him, who said, I'm sorry, this is just too much. And again, all of these years, Republicans stood by him. So I'm finally glad to see they stand up to him. But unfortunately, this is what happens when you have folks who have supreme power, when they control the Texas legislature, I mean the House, the Senate, the governor's mansion. They have never been willing to hold them accountable. And finally, they are doing so. But it has been long overdue in Texas.
This is not a conscientious decision for a lot of people. There's a PAC called the Defend Liberty PAC, run by a right-wing activist